Did you know that life can change in the blink of an eye? One moment, you're wrapped up in the comfort of your daily routine, and the next, you're struck by news that shakes your very foundation. Imagine waking up one day feeling perfectly fine, only to find out you have stage 4 colon cancer. This is the story of a man named David. David Reynolds was a devoted husband and father, known for his laughter and sharp intellect as a forensic psychologist, but nothing could prepare him for the battle that lay ahead. On a bright Tuesday morning, the sun filtering through the blinds, he received the life-altering news that would forever change his perspective on everything. Sitting in Dr. Patel's office, David felt the walls close in around him. "We need to start treatment right away," Dr. Patel said, her voice steady yet laced with urgency. The words faded into a blur as David's mind raced, grappling with the implications of his diagnosis. Chemotherapy, surgeries, endless appointments, it all felt overwhelming. After an excruciating 8-hour surgery, David spent a month and a half in the hospital. The sterile smell of antiseptic, the rhythmic beeping of machines, and the constant bustle of nurses became his new reality. During those long days, his thoughts often drifted to his beloved dog, Scout, a golden retriever with a heart of gold. David longed to be home, to feel the warmth of his family and the soft fur of Scout as he curled up beside him. When David finally returned home, the familiar sense wrapped around him like a warm blanket. But the joy of being back was overshadowed by the reality of his illness. He had stopped working, and now he was left with his thoughts and the weight of his situation. Family and friends rallied around him, but he felt like a ghost in his own life. One evening, as he sank into his favorite chair with Scout resting at his feet, David found solace in his favorite pastime, video games. Logging into World of Warcraft, he felt a surge of excitement. The familiar sounds of battle and camaraderie filled the room. "David, you're back!" exclaimed his guildmate, Mike, over the headset. "We've been waiting for you." "Let's raid," David replied, feeling the thrill of the game wash over him. In that virtual world, he was not defined by his illness, but by his skills and friendships built over years. The laughter and banter provided an escape, a reminder that life still held joy. Yet, as he delved deeper into the game, a nagging worry crept back into his mind. What would happen to his family and Scout if he weren't there? The thought was unbearable. He often found himself whispering to Scout, "You'll take care of them, right?" as if the dog could reassure him. As David continued his chemotherapy treatments, he quickly learned the rhythm of appointments and side effects. Each visit to the clinic felt like a countdown, a reminder of the battle he was fighting. He would sit in the infusion room, surrounded by others facing their own struggles, and he couldn't help but wonder about their stories. Each person was a universe of experiences, fears, and dreams. One day, while waiting for his treatment, David struck up a conversation with a woman named Clara. She was in her 70s, her silver hair framing a kind face. "You're here for the same fight, aren't you?" she said, a warm smile breaking through her worry. David nodded, grateful for her presence. They shared stories of their lives, finding comfort in each other's experiences. Clara spoke of her late husband and the joys of her children, while David shared his fears for his family. "I just want to make sure they'll be okay," he admitted, his voice thick with emotion. "Love is a powerful thing," Clara replied, her eyes sparkling. "You're already doing that by being present. Just keep sharing your stories." Inspired by Clara's words, David began to see his journey as a narrative worth telling. He decided to document his experiences, not just for himself, but for his family. He started a journal filled with his thoughts, memories, and lessons learned. He wanted Mia, his teenage daughter, to know how much he loved her and how proud he was to be her father. Weeks turned into months, and David's health fluctuated. There were days filled with hope and laughter, and others weighed down by fatigue and uncertainty. Yet, no matter how challenging the day, he held on to the joy of being with his family. He cherished quiet moments with Mia, playing board games or watching movies together, where they could escape into new worlds. One evening, after a particularly grueling treatment, David sat on the porch, watching the sunset paint the sky. Mia came outside, her expression thoughtful. "Dad, do you think I'll ever be brave like you?" she asked, her voice small. David smiled, his heart swelling with pride. "You already are, sweetie. Bravery isn't about being fearless. It's about facing your fears, and you do that every day." As the seasons changed, David found himself facing the reality of his illness with renewed determination. He wanted to create lasting memories, so he organized family outings, trips to the park, movie nights, and baking sessions where they made cookies together. Each moment was an opportunity to connect, to laugh, and to build a legacy of love. But as summer turned to fall, David faced a new reality. His health began to decline more rapidly, and the treatments that once felt manageable became an uphill battle. Fatigue settled heavily in his bones, and he found himself needing more support from his wife, Lisa, and Mia. One evening, as he sat in the living room, watching the sunset paint the sky, he felt the weight of his struggles pressing down on him. Lisa entered with a gentle smile, but concern flickered in her eyes. "David, it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to carry this alone," she said softly. "I just want to be strong for you both," he admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. "You already are strong by being honest with us," she replied, sitting beside him. "We're in this together, always." That night, David reflected on her words. He realized that vulnerability was not a weakness, but a testament to his love for them. He began to let go of the need to be the pillar of strength, allowing himself to lean on Lisa and Mia to share his fears and uncertainties. As autumn unfolded, David found joy in small things, sipping hot cocoa on the porch, feeling the warmth of the sun on his face, and listening to the sounds of nature. He cherished quiet evenings spent with Scout curled up at his feet, a reminder of the unconditional love that surrounded him. One afternoon, while sitting in the backyard with Lisa, he turned to her with a newfound resolve. "I want to create a memory that will last forever," he said, his eyes lighting up with excitement. "What if we made a family video, capturing who we are right now? Our laughter, our stories, our love?" Lisa smiled, her eyes glistening. "That sounds wonderful. David, let's do it." Over the next few weeks, they set out to create their family video, gathering footage of their everyday lives, game nights, picnics, and candid moments filled with laughter. David took the lead, guiding Mia in capturing the essence of their family, reminding her that their story was worth sharing. As they compiled the footage, David felt a sense of purpose reignite within him. He wanted the video to be a legacy, a reminder for Mia of the love that would always be with her, no matter what the future held. On the day of the final recording, they gathered in the living room, lights dimmed, and a projector set up to display their memories. David took a deep breath, his heart swelling with pride as he watched the montage of their lives unfold on the screen. Each moment, each laugh, was a testament to the unbreakable bond they shared. As the video ended, David felt a sense of fulfillment wash over him. "This is who we are," he said, wiping a tear from his cheek, "and this love will always be our strength." In the days that followed, David continued to embrace life with open arms. He focused on what truly mattered, finding joy in the simplest of moments. Family dinners became a celebration, and every conversation was a chance to connect deeply with the people he loved. But as the winter days grew shorter, David's condition worsened. He found himself spending more time resting, often feeling the weight of exhaustion pulling him down. During one particularly challenging day, he sat in his favorite chair, Scout resting his head on David's lap, when Mia entered the room, her expression brightening the space. "Dad, can we read together? I found a book you'd love," she said, holding up a colorful storybook. David smiled, grateful for her presence. "Of course, sweetheart. I'd love that." As they read together, the familiar rhythm of her voice soothed him, and he found comfort in her laughter. In that moment, he realized that even as he faced the unknown, these moments filled with love were the true essence of life. As winter approached, David felt a shift within himself. He knew that while the journey was nearing a close, the love he had shared would echo through the lives of those he cherished. He began to write letters for Mia, capturing his hopes and dreams for her future, reminding her of her strength and resilience. One quiet evening, as the first snowflakes began to fall, David gathered his family in the living room. "I want to share something with you," he said, his voice steady yet filled with emotion. "I've written letters for both of you, to be opened when I'm no longer here." Lisa's eyes widened, and Mia looked intrigued yet apprehensive. "Dad, you don't have to," she started. "I know, but I want you to have my words," he continued, his heart full. "They're reminders of my love and the lessons I hope you carry with you." As he handed the letters to Lisa and Mia, he felt a sense of peace wash over him. He was leaving pieces of himself behind, a legacy woven with love and memories that would guide them long after he was gone. As the days turned into weeks, David continued to focus on love and connection. He cherished every moment: family dinners, game nights, and quiet evenings with Scout by his side. He found comfort in knowing that he had created a strong foundation for Lisa and Mia, one built on love, laughter, and resilience. One particularly chilly evening, David sat by the fire, surrounded by family. He felt the warmth of their love enveloping him, a reminder that while life was fleeting, the connections he had forged would endure. He looked around, his heart swelling with gratitude. "Thank you for being my everything," he said softly, tears glistening in his eyes. "You've made this journey beautiful." As the seasons changed, David's health continued to decline, but his spirit remained unbroken. He focused on living in the moment, finding joy in the smallest of things: a warm cup of tea, a gentle breeze, and the sound of laughter echoing in his home. One afternoon, while resting in bed, he felt a sudden wave of peace wash over him. He closed his eyes, envisioning Mia's bright smile and Lisa's comforting presence. In that moment, he knew that love transcended time and space. It was a force that would carry them through even the darkest of days. As the final days approached, David found solace in the knowledge that he had done everything he could to prepare his family for the journey ahead. He had shared his love, his stories, and his hopes, ensuring that they would always feel his presence, even when he was gone. One evening, as the sun set on the horizon, David gathered his family close. "Remember, love is the greatest gift we can share," he whispered, his voice filled with warmth. "You are never alone." With those words, he felt a sense of release, knowing that he had left a legacy of love that would endure through the years. And as he closed his eyes, surrounded by the warmth of his family, he felt a profound peace, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. In the end, David Reynolds' journey was not defined by his illness, but by the love he shared and the memories he created. His story became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, love is the most powerful force of all. As we conclude this heartfelt journey, we invite you to reflect on your own experiences. How do you find strength in difficult times? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this story with others. Explore more videos that celebrate the beauty and chaos of life, reminding us all of the love that binds us together.